Bohemia Interactive have done the unthinkable with Arma Reforger. They created a game that's actually fun.
Oh yeah, someone's got Fortunate Son playing, dude. Hell yeah.
Some fucks born, made to wave the flag. Oh, red, white, and blue, yeah. When the band plays hail to the chief. Oh, they point that cannon at you, Lord.
Oh, that's a gunship. That's a gunship guy, dude. Look at him.
Oh, it ain't me.
Oh my god.
I ain't no senator's son, no. Well, it ain't me. Oh, it ain't me.
Oh, I see it. I see it. It's
It's an
no
enemy headed.
fortunate
Yeah,
son, no. Some fucks are born, silver
fucking
spoon
reload,
and
Jesus.
Lord. Oh, they help themselves, Lord. When the Batman comes to the door, oh, the house of box and a lonely cell, yeah.
Oh, dude, I just fucking,
No,
I just grenade launched at that guy so
I ain't no
hard, dude.
millionaire son, no. Well, it ain't me. Oh, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one, no.
Unless you've been living under a Soviet Mi-24 helicopter for the last few months, which is a nice place to be, you'll have most likely heard about Arma Reforger. For good reason. This game is fucking incredible, which is usually quite hard to say about a milsim game. Most of the time they're clunky, intimidating, and full of people who are scared of hugs. I can't with good conscience say that Arma Reforger have nailed all of the above points, but god damn it, they tried their best. Part of the recent influx in players comes with the game's release on consoles, which speaks to the accessibility of the latest title in the franchise. Sure, it's still a milsim game, so it's got its quirks, shall we say. Yeah, most of the time trying to close a door will end with you face down in the pavement, while your comrades speed off, usually screaming racial epithets or talking about their favourite weed strain. Sure, the hit reg is about as consistent as my upload schedule, and let's not even get started on the network infrastructure. It's about as strong and stable as Theresa May, and she could be floored by Hans Bueller. But if you can push past some of the tiresome issues, you'll have an experience that no other multiplayer game is capable of giving you.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
You'll get as immersed in warfare as humanly possible. And realistically, isn't that what we're all here for? That raw sense of camaraderie that you can only build while sprinting across a field while a helicopter's hellfire rains down upon you. By the end, you'll be so deep in it that you won't even know it's a game anymore, trading assault stories with your fellow men like they actually happened. You remember the Battle of Montadak? I remember it like it was yesterday. I don't know what I'd do if I wasn't high all the time. Can't sleep. All I hear is the screams, the loud music, playing through someone's phone on the radio. Why are you fighting this war, Cap? What does it all mean? I wasn't built for warfare. I shot 7 of my own men today. I'm bleeding pretty heavily. Turns out these razors are kind of gnarly, eh? I'm bleeding, Cap. I'm bleeding everywhere. Yeah, I've done a supply run. I'm an American hero. It never gets easier, but those 300 supply loadouts, they help a lot. The bit's over, Cap. I got blood on me, Cap. Cap, I'm bleeding from my face. Sometimes I don't know who to trust anymore, so I just start shouting into the platoon channel as loud as I can. I'm bleeding, Cap. I'm bleeding out hard. Look at my face. I got blood all over it. Cap, go on without me. The most common game mode you'll play is Conflict, taking place in Cyprus during the Cold War, which is pretty obvious it's not present day, because there's no fat British people anywhere. The first decision you'll have to make is if you want to be the Americans or the Russians, something that's vaguely trivial in most games, but as you'll soon realize, this has already cemented either your victory or your loss. But more on that later. When the game starts, you'll have control of one capital, the rest of them being occupied by AI. You liberate these the same way the US or the Soviets have liberated anywhere, by killing everybody. The AI are kind of like scavs from Tarkov. They're either gormless idiots who couldn't kill an NA Pro CS team, or they have the power of Hickok 45 and will one-shot you from 400 meters away. Each time you gain control of a point, it will generate more supplies. Supplies are what allow you to spawn at control points, generate vehicles, or upgrade your gear. To win the game, you need to control 5 capitals at once, and then a 5-minute timer will start. When the timer hits 0, you've lost or won. This will lead to some of the most intense assaults you've ever been in, as everyone crams into a helicopter flying to the nearest capital. One of the reasons I think Reforger is so good is because of the freedom that it gives you. It's kind of like an open world battlefield game. You can decide to play in a lot of different ways. You can give your life for your country, fighting in the front line, usually for the Battle of Montignac. You can do supply runs, bringing much needed supplies to your bases as soon as you figure out how you unload them from the truck. You can be a helicopter pilot, dropping off your comrades to their certain doom. You can go on espionage missions, going behind enemy lines, staking out main roads and ambushing people as they come by. Hell, you can kill an enemy, take their uniform, sneak into their base, steal one of their walkie-talkies, call in an enemy chopper, and shoot it down with an RPG when it comes over. Because the map is so big, you have so many different options of what you can do, and there's something cool knowing about all of the different battles that are happening at one time. It has this very unique feeling of making you feel significantly insignificant, which is very fitting for a war simulator. Without all of the cogs, everything would stop turning. The Cold Era also adds a fun element. There's something nice about not having modern weapons. Your choices are an M16, M21 and an M60 as the Americans, and for the Soviets, it's the classic AK, SVD or RPK. No night vision, no crazy optics, and no laser sights. It's the same with the vehicles. The limited choice adds to the game. You gotta get creative with how you take bases. You can't call in an airstrike or a Predator missile, or these crazy meta weapons that you see in a lot of modern military sims. I really like the way that Reforger forces you to engage with it. You can't blast people willy-nilly, unless you're playing as an American. You have to pull out your binoculars and identify your targets by uniform before taking that shot. There's no indicators except for the names above your friendlies that usually only appear when it's too late. If you're driving somewhere, you need an actual navigator because there's no indicator on the map for where you are, and pulling out your map mid-Tokyo Drift is a lot like looking at your map when you're actually driving. You'll end up upside down in a ditch, arguing with your spouse about whose fault it was. Reforger's greatest strength by far is the multiplayer-driven experience. Nothing in this game is scripted. You and your team aren't forced to do anything. You're put in the world of 63 other people, and what happens next is up to you. You want to sit at the starting base, trading life stories like you're a 14-year-old girl at a sleepover. You're well within your goddamn American right to do so, and sometimes this is the funnest part of the game. This is what's most satisfying about Reforger. Absolutely everything that happens is a result of you and your team coming together. Sometimes this is in major ways, coordinating large-scale attacks. Sometimes this is you just grabbing 4 strangers from the main base and taking them on an assault mission they'll never forget. Maybe you'll spot another friendly on the map and you'll do a radio into their frequency to let them know that you're nearby and ask if they want to join up. You'll often end up forging a friendship with these strangers. In the lull, when you're either driving or walking to the next enemy checkpoint, engaging in an adventure that could be the next greatest war film before you all get wiped, never to speak again.
Fuck it, we're following him. Oh, lovely bit of driving that book.
Rear end these fucks.
Right, we have the sun.
Go on.
Go on. Have him on the outside. Have him on the outside. Have him on the too
Apex,
slow.
Apex,
Too
Apex.
fucking slow.
Oh shit.
Too slow there, lads.
Fucking mug. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
We spun out.
Holy shit.
We spun out. We spun out.
Oh shit, one of them jumped out.
Oh, I see that.
Boys help, boys help.
Get in, dude. This car's safe. Trust me. We'll be fine.
You're with the gamers now, buddy.
V12.
We're going straight to the enemy lines. Are you ready? We're all going
No.
straight to enemy lines, boys. Let's go.
New York? Fuck off, this ain't a taxi service, bro.
I just got told I killed a friendly. I don't remember doing that. He just jumped out. That's not my fault. Alright, boys.
I love that we got in and started making demands. Like, he thinks this is a film, bro.
Take me to New York.
Take me to New York. Shut up, bro. Get out of the motor.
You think he is?
It's maybe the most appreciation you will get in the course of your whole life. Just being on an Arma server, being surrounded by men who just truly appreciate you. We're gonna miss you. That's fair enough. I get shy sometimes. Hell yeah, Turkish pilot.
This is Turkish.
What happens
this is
when
the
you
best
take a
Turkish
tower?
pilot in the world, by the way.
This is Turkish pilot, guys. He's a fantastic pilot.
Turkish pilot, that's not me.
Jesus.
hell yeah.
Well, he actually landed in the...
Thank you, Turkish pilot. We love you.
Thank you, my friend.
Say something back.
That was so
Fucking cheaper and all.
Like 10 times and then back.
Man swallowed his mic, I swear.
Listen, guys, we got here in the end. I think we should all be pretty grateful for that.
To be fair, he's flown better than half the fucking people driving cars on this server, so... Right. Oh, they see us, there's people on site.
Is that an AI or fucking...
Just shoot him.
Oh, dude, I just grenade launched at that guy so hard, dude. This guy's unironically just like, I fucking thought I was playing like Farming Simulator or something.
I thought I was playing Little Big Planet.
What did you say, brother?
I said it's a good place for a shootout.
What is this guy? Like a real life Call of Duty character?
Fucking hell. Heavy jog.
You get some characters in this game. I feel like this game is like a good 30 to 40% of the enjoyment you get is just from the little characters you meet. Alright, we've got a lot of friendlies in there,
yeah,
so I reckon our
surrounded
approach should be pretty safe.
Yeah, trust bro.
Trust, bro. Just trust. Trust the process.
Yeah, dude. This is my first war, guys. Go easy on me, okay?
It's your first time, you say, huh?
Yeah, this is my first time, so, you know, don't be too forceful.
Down below, guys.
Don't you worry. I'll make it extra special.
This is also my first time.
So, no experience, though? Joey's sandwiched between two veterans. I love that.
Yeah, I feel very safe right now, you know? This is the kind of safety I needed when I was a child.
Fungus has got his big gun.
Alright guys, get ready.
Oh yeah, I know a lot about girth with this MG.
Kill some Russians, okay? I want to kill some Ruskies right now.
Fun dying for the military-industrial complex, boys.
Have a nice flight, brother.
Okay. I actually happen to really love the military-industrial complex.
Reforger has this amazing way of constantly putting you into situations that look like scripted COD missions. Here's a great example of this, which is something that happened within the first 15 minutes of playing this game.
Don't worry, Joey, I got you. Shit, don't worry, I got you.
Get in. Smoke. Fucking idiot, should have listened. They literally should have listened to me. Are you still alive?
Oh, God.
If you've played Arma Reforger, you'll know what I'm talking about. All the time, you're thrust into these situations that look like they couldn't just happen naturally. I remember when I was playing with my friend, we were sitting down at a base somewhere down at the south of the map, and there was nothing around. We needed to get into the battle. So we called in on the radio and asked if there was anyone in a helicopter nearby that could come pick us up. To our surprise, someone actually answered our call and said he'd be right there. A few minutes later, he radioed in saying he was close by, but he had another enemy chopper on his tail trying to take him out of the sky. This led to this intense battle where we had all of the men on the ground shooting up at this American attack chopper until we eventually forced it to fly away. There was two cool things about this. One of them is that the only way that this situation happened was us calling that chopper in, and the other thing is we didn't even destroy the helicopter, we just forced it to disengage and leave. These kind of situations are not unusual, and I found a lot of people you're playing with will embrace the roleplay aspect, still not taking it too seriously that you feel like you can't crack a joke without getting kicked from the server. The pacing also adds extra enjoyment. You're not constantly in a firefight, you have to plan your routes and your attacks, making the times you're engaging enemies feel more significant. Don't get me wrong, you will never feel safe. Even if you're sitting at your main base, there's a chance that someone's just waiting in the bush next to you to take you out. A common thing new people notice is the lack of wins on the US side. I kid you not, I played around 200 hours of this game, and I've not yet seen the Americans win once. This is not a joke. To explain this, and also help the community a little bit, I put together a small guide on armor etiquette, specifically for those who play on the American side. Supplies are scarce. The armory isn't your own personal wardrobe. I know you're an American, but even for you, 26 magazines is too far. Don't create a loadout that has enough supplies for a small army. You're not Rambo, and you never will be. Do a supply run once in a while. I know we don't play this game to do Euro Truck Simulator, but sacrifices must be made in order to succeed. And no, I'm not talking about your fellow men. Stop shooting them. The Platoon channel isn't a 4chan message thread, so stop treating it like it is. Keep those racial slurs where they belong. In your head, or on Facebook. I know it's difficult, but take a walk once in a while. You don't need to drive everywhere. I can't count the amount of times I've got into a helicopter only for it to take us to the other side of our base. Vehicles are loud, vehicles are expensive. You know what's not expensive? Your legs. So use them, because trust me, you will be losing them. Work together. Maybe the Soviets have got so much communism installed into their psyche that this comes naturally to them, but this is a team game, and you're not going to get anywhere doing anything alone. I know you've seen an Operator Drewski video where he takes out an entire base solo, but here's a reality check. You are not Operator Drewski. This motherfucker was born playing Arma Reforger. He knows nothing else. You, however, are just high. So much to say about why I love this game that I found it difficult to organize all my thoughts. And I got to the end of editing this video, and I felt like I just had more to say. So please just indulge me whilst I just spurg all over you for a little bit. Let me spurg all over you, and you can get back to what you need to do. You can have a wank, you can play some Balatro, whatever it might be. But just indulge me for a couple of minutes whilst I go through some of the finer details. Every now and then, you'll see birds emerge from the woods in the distance. No, I'm not talking about women. Believe me, there isn't any playing this game. That's movement. That's people moving through the woods and signaling to you that you're soon going to be dead. Everything sounds really good. Helicopters are loud and aggressive, you know, like you can hear them from miles away, like Jesus. The sound of bullets cracking will trigger your fight and flight like you're actually on the front line. And emptying the mag of an LMG whilst you're on the back of a truck is an experience that I can only imagine is better than sex. It's hard for me to comment because, you know, I play Milsim games. There's this cool base building mechanic that doesn't get too autisy while still being fun and in depth. You know, you can build little barricades if you think there's going to be a weak point of your base. You can choose where the spawn point is, maybe putting it in the woods so that you don't get spawn killed immediately. But vehicle spawn points, petrol stations, mechanic areas, maybe. You can even spawn in a group of AI soldiers to help protect your base or even fight with you. You have your radio, which allows you to communicate with your entire team, but also just your squad. And the cool thing about this is you have your own personal frequency, so you can see other frequencies on the map. If you see a squad nearby, you don't want them to shoot you in the head, you can just find their frequency, radio in, hey brother, please don't shoot me in the head, which is usually what it's used for. There's a similar feel to DayZ in terms of kill satisfaction. You know, it's so difficult to get a kill that all of them feel amazing. I'm sure you'll have experienced this. You've played an entire game. You're thinking, I got to be on a 100 kill streak. I've got 150 kills. Easy. You get to the end of the game, it turns out you got 3. You got 3 kills. You're like, what? There's this pass out mechanic where you get like boom to the floor, and you're all knocked out. And you can only look left and you can only look right, watching your entire battalion get obliterated by the enemy. And then when you get back up, your weapon is on the ground. It's no longer on your person. So you have to crawl around. You grab it. You start blasting all of these guys. It's fucking sick. It's fucking awesome. Vehicles actually feel nice to drive, which is so unusual for a mil sim. You'll be Tokyo drifting around. The handbrake turn feels sick. Sure, you'll hit some like little bump and it will send your vehicle doing like a 700 flip through the air. That's normal, but it's cool. It feels cool. It feels good to drive. Matches can go on anywhere from 2 hours to 2 days. There's day-night cycles which force you to change your play style, turning the military sim you were once playing into a survival horror. And you have all of these different tools at your disposal. You have the flashlight, which obviously you'll never use. Don't use the flashlight. You've got white flares, which you can load into your grenade launcher. They fucking light up the whole area, and your whole team's just like blasting all these guys. It's freaking crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes it's just about putting your truck's headlights in a strategic position in order for you to push the enemy. There's a whole bunch of modded modes which are integrated into the game. Granted, I haven't played these, and the Russia-Ukraine one does make me feel uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. There's something about playing a simulated war whilst that war is actually happening, which doesn't really sit right with me. You know, I think there should be at least a 30-year window. After 30 years, you can make your game, okay? You know, imagine if there was like an Israel-Palestine game. I mean, that'd be interesting. I'd look into it. I don't think I'd play it though. I'd watch videos. I don't think I'd play it. I'd watch someone play it in my vicinity, but I don't think I'd play it. I'd probably play it co-op offline, maybe. The community for the most part are very friendly and eager to help new players in my experience. You'd be made to believe that the tutorial starts from the button that says tutorial on the main menu, but this is not true. This is a lie. The real tutorial starts when you get into a multiplayer server. Instead of AI, it's given to you in the way that all tutorials should be, in my opinion, by someone on the spectrum who is incredibly high.